So Danielle, now that we've talked about school and your extracurriculars and your plans for the future, I just have a few other questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me, have you ever tried cigarettes?
I tried a cigarette once because these guys had them, and I just tried one, but I didn't really like the feeling of it. It made me feel kind of sick.
Okay. Have you, in the past year or the past 12 months, have you had any alcohol to drink that is more than a few sips of beer or wine?
Well, on the weekends, at parties, after football games, I'll have a couple of beers.
Okay. We're going to need to talk about that. Do you ever do any drugs?
No, I've heard of people doing pot, though.
Okay. Good. Have you ever ridden in a car with someone who was driving, including yourself, who was high or had been using alcohol or other drugs?
Well, I usually just get friends and my family to drive me, but there was this one time when there was this girl who I knew was smoking pot, and it was raining, and she drove me home, though. She was completely fine.
Okay, that's a little concerning to me. We'll need to talk about that. First, I just wanted to spend a few minutes just going over sort of what you told me in these questions. So you let me know that you tried cigarettes before, that you drank alcohol on a few occasions here and there, and that you'd been riding in the car with someone on an occasion who you knew had been smoking marijuana. Is that right?
That's about it.
Okay. First, I think it's really great that you've decided not to smoke anymore and that you don't do any drugs. I think those are really good decisions for your health, and keep up the good work on that. Okay. I am a little concerned about your drinking, however. You told me that you've had a few drinks here and there on a few occasions, and for a young person like yourself, any amount of alcohol can be risky in terms of the developing adolescent brain. It can affect your the sort of decision making and frontal lobe functioning that's important to help you get through. When someone drinks alcohol, their cognitive functioning is impaired, and that's something that we don't want for you. You're 16, you have a lot going for you. We wouldn't want alcohol to get in the way of that. Tell me, why did you drink those other times?
Well, at parties, it was mainly just to fit in, and there was this one time before homecoming, though, that I thought it would just help me relax and be less awkward with my date.
Well, I'd like you to know you don't have to drink to fit in. Your friends will accept you whether you drink or not. It's sort of important, since we've talked about some of the health risks of drinking at such a young age, that you decide to refrain from drinking alcohol until you're 21. It's one of the most important things you can do for your health and your safety.
All right.
Okay? And also, you told me that, in terms of riding in cars with people who've been drinking or using drugs, I would say don't even ride with someone who's had one drink or used any kind of drugs. Even if they seem to think they're fine or seem to be okay to you, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, you're right. I'll call my parents next time.
Okay, great. I think that's all I need to cover, and I think I know you can make the right choices.
Okay.
Thanks.